everybody. Well, today we're going to be working on the car. First thing we got to do is remove this plate right here. And then once we do that, we'll get all the bolts and everything labeled. So I have no idea how this is going to work. Don't know how I'm going to record this while I work on this, but we're going to give it a shot. Okay.
Day's never finished. Master got me working. Someday Master set me free.
Okay, that's got a nut on it. Something I meant to show y'all, but I forgot. This is the plate that goes underneath. Those are the 3 bolts I just took out. So, I learned this in mechanics. What you do is, I'm going to punch a hole. I labeled roughly where these bolts should go with the circles. So what I'm going to do is take a knife, punch a hole. That's probably not big enough. And then where I took the bolt from, I'm going to push through the hole. Okay. Put it through like that. Then I'll put the other 2 on here, and then I'm going to continue pulling the bolts out. And then once I get all the bolts pulled out, we'll come back. Oh, doesn't want to be difficult. I just got these two right here. So then when you get done, it looks kind of like this. So I'm going to take the last two bolts off. And then we'll get the plate pulled out, and then I'll meet y'all back when I decide what the next step is after that. Alrighty, so, well, it looks like today might be a short day. Might make this a continuation into next week or whatever the case may be. But I'm gonna have to get into the engine a lot sooner than I expected. The only easy way to get some of the hoses are from up top, and I got to pull the air box out and do a bunch of stuff here. All this has got to come out. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to probably take a break till next week to continue doing this, or maybe work on it a little bit tomorrow. I'm kind of frustrated right now. I was hoping I could do the power steering part from underneath the car without having to loose the hoses, but that doesn't look like that's going to happen. So now I gotta go buy parts, and not necessarily parts, but I gotta go buy some tools and stuff like that I don't have. So anyways, with that being said, we'll see if this is a continuation or if this is going to be a freaking dog's always barking. We're gonna see if this is going to be a continuation of this, if I can get the stuff tomorrow, or if I'm going to be doing, or if I'm gonna have to wait till next week to continue recording to make this look somewhat decent.
Anyway, apparently I have to
continue on
get
from
back to
yesterday.
work.
We got to pull some of these pieces off, pull this intake stuff off, so I can get back to the power steering here. And then there's a hose right here I got to take apart. Don't know if y'all can see that. Everything looks wet because I rinsed it off a few minutes ago, so yay for that. So we're gonna work on this and see how this goes. First we're gonna get these clips off, and then we'll go from there. You might be asking why the blue tape? Less likely to scratch. Never actually done this in this car. Get these nuts off of here, this bracket will come off. I think this plug. I think I need to do that. here. Pull this screw out. Gotta remember that black one goes towards the back. Okay. What is going on here? So, I gotta get my car's locked. Battery disconnected. So something that I do is I make a jumper. Small little jumper. I don't even know what gauge wire this is. 18 gauge wire. It's just enough, big enough to operate locks and stuff like that. So, like my car's locked, I gotta get into it to put some stuff up. So, just take that. Okay, connect it. Welcome. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you are doing well. We are once again going to be working on the STI. We're going to be trying to get the rack and pinion out. Got to pull the cotter pins, the bolts that are holding the tie rods in. We're going to have to drop the sway bar so that way we can actually lower the rack and pinion itself. So hopefully we don't have any interruptions and we can get that done today. I'm gonna kind of pull these wings back together, press them together. Push these back.
I like this shove. I think I might come back and do it again.
Yeah, this cotter pin's pretty chewed up. All right, let me go get my tool. Okay, I got my sockets. We're gonna go 17. It's actually an 18. It's a 19. Now I'm gonna do something controversial. I gotta go get it. I'll be back. Hold on just a sec. Okay. So I have a tie rod tool. Problem is that this hits the boot big time. And I don't like how that feels. And I don't want to tear up the tie rod boot. We're gonna go the old school method. 2-pound mini sledge. A lot of people say don't do it this way. All right, it's loose. Now I'm gonna go do the other side. All right, there's that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, drop the sway bar, pull the bolts and nuts out of here, over here on this side, and the sway bar should swing down. I guess 12mm. And what I'll do is once I get the bolts out, I'll put them back where they were, so I don't lose them. That was almost in my head. Okay, so all I did was take one of the take the castle nut loose. Okay, so I want to say something. Y'all saw me hitting that stuff with a hammer. Keep in mind that it's a 2-pound sledge, granted, but I'm barely hitting it. I'm not whacking the crap out of it. I'm just little love taps with it. So I know there's guys out there that are gonna be like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. I don't care. It works for me. And if I have an issue with the tie rod in later, hey, guess what? I'll replace it. So, I mean, the car's only got 46,000 miles on it. It's 2017. You know, if I've had it from the time it had 11 miles on it. Like, they literally rolled it off the truck when I got this car. So I've had this the entire time. Some of the stuff has not been done. Hadn't need to be done. But last year, well, technically 2 years ago, it developed a leak in the power steering pump. And that's what I'm fixing. I've always kept the power steering fluid topped off. Very rarely did you hear it whine. But I'm just now got all the parts and all the things that I need to fix it. So that's what we're working on. So please bear with me. I'm not a professional. I don't have $1 million, you know. Also, I don't have $1 million to take it to the dealership to get it worked on. But I'm gonna do the best I can. I am going to do everything in my power not to just tear it up. So, but if I see an issue, I'll do whatever I have to do to get it fixed, even if it's by my own doing. So all you comment warriors and keyboard warriors in there, I don't want to hear it. Okay, so what I've got to do is that bolt you see there that's got to come out. I got to mark this shaft so when I do pull that bolt out, I can re-index it later to get it lined up. Okay, so what we got to do, there's a 10mm bolt right here where my thumb's pointing. That's got to come out. That's for the power steering line. I might take this loose here just so I can have a little bit of working room. That's probably what I need to do. But then that, you gotta unhook this hose here, and then there's a banjo fitting here on the side of the power steering pump I gotta take out. Okay, you might not see this really good, but like I said earlier, 10mm bolt here. I'm gonna loosen this line up, probably take this off, see if I can go ahead and do that. Put that out of the way. And let me go get my pliers. Don't be making fun of my pliers now. What I like to do, just gently take this, kind of rotate that a little bit. That usually helps. Don't be making fun of my pliers now. What I like to do, just gently take this, kind of rotate that a little bit. That usually helps break that little seal sometimes. Go get a bolt holder, a pneumatic parts tray. Get this bolt out. That's tough. It's coming though. Goodness gracious. There we go. Yay. That's on a little bit. Try to get all this stuff wiped off. I'm gonna go get a this one over here is the one I'm worried about. See if we can get that popped off. Trying to save the zip tie, the specialty tie here. Just don't want to lose it. There we go. Hopefully we can put it back on. Put this up here. That like that. Since I'm going to be messing with my steering wheel, got the wheel locked, got the seat belt pushed through. Reminder that Subarus have telescoping steering wheels, so you can push and pull the steering wheel back and forth. It'll move back and forth. So pull it all the way out, all the way down, and then you'll have enough room to run your seat belt through here. Got this etched here. Got those lines loosened up top now. Don't know if you can tell, but there's a little etching here. Hopefully it doesn't wipe off. All I did was take my pick. I have kind of etched that there. I don't think I'm going to take that out. I don't want to. Oh yeah. Just moving it in there now. That's good. That still threads, so I'm happy. Put this off to the side somewhere, so hopefully don't lose it. Alrighty, we're gonna change stands, and we're actually gonna be going to pull this thing down. Okay, so where we're at now, we got 6 bolts to pull. This one, the one back here, and then these 4, and this thing should drop down. Hopefully, we'll see. Once we get this down, once I get those 6 removed, we'll see where we're at that point. I gotta go make me a piece of cardboard so I can mark them as I pull them out. Maybe 14s. 14s. And then I got modifications I'm going to be doing to this power steering rack when I get done with it. Nothing crazy, but there are some things I'm going to be doing. Ow. Okay, so here's the issue I'm having now. Is the lines wedge themselves in, I can't get the
you're still
the lines back down through, so I'm actually having to take them off right here. You can see them dripping, just making a freaking mess and a half. It's a pain in the ass. Luckily I bought some specialty flare nut tools, so that's what I'm doing right now. As soon as I get a chance, I'll be back. My other camera died, so I'm shooting this on the phone. Alright, it's out. Took more time than expected, but it's out. I had to pull the lines off. You can see this is where the other lines went. Right here, this is where the lines went. Had to get out some specialty tools that I bought. Those are ratcheting. Those are allowed to attach a ratchet to a crow's foot. So there's that. As you can see, this is where it was leaking. This is where Subaru has their bad leaking problem. So we're gonna get this put up on the table, start working on getting it cleaned off. I have new bushings for this because these factory rubber bushings are pretty soft. So I mean, you can't tell, but the ones that I have are the bushings that I have, the new ones that are going to go on here are polyurethane. And then I got a stiffer plate, a little bit thicker plate that goes on here like that. This will stay. That'll be reused, but alrighty. Well, welcome to another day of cleaning with Jager. We're gonna be cleaning this rack and pinion off, and then from there we'll be trying to determine what the next course of action will be. But first thing, we're gonna get this degreased so we can work on it, get the valve body here pulled off, and then go from there. Alrighty, so today we're gonna be working on the power steering rack. We're gonna get this apart, put the new seals in. Seal kit number, if you can see that. So we're going to take the 2 housing bolts off, 4 lines, dust boot comes off, and then in theory, oh, there's a snap ring that I gotta pull, which I didn't get the tool for that, but we'll worry about that here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this valve body off first, and then we'll go from there. I'll get this one off. That one. This is the worst. We'll use 10 mil. Pull the dust boot off. Okay, that's the valve body there. There's one seal in here. There's an O-ring here. You gotta be careful putting that back on. Snap ring off. Then the valve body should just pull up. And it is indexed, so it's only going to go on there one way. Just very slowly pull that up. There's a pin on the inside. Don't know if y'all can see that. That pin will indexes into the body here. Okay, that other seal is right here. Okay, so the back side of this is open, so that's what's going to go up towards you. Okay, so seals are pre-greased. This side, the open side, is going to go up. That took more doing than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Give that somewhere somewhat clean to sit. Alrighty. So, we got our little valve body here. We're going to spray this off just in case there's any issues or any dirt or grime or anything like that on it. Now we're going to take our seal. It's going to go to the inside. Uh-oh. Okay. We're going to spray this off. This is like a metal spacer that goes on top of the seal. Just want to make sure that nothing's on it. Looks good. Just gonna put a little dab of this stuff on here. So supposedly a 7/8 impact fits in here perfectly, so we can push that seal back down. I'm going to get this put in. Doesn't fit in here perfect, but should get the job done. So I'm going to take this to the ground, get this hammered in. We'll go from there. Everything looks good. I'm going to put a little oil on here, kind of wipe my glove off. There's that.
I'm scared to death.
Alrighty, so we're back.
I'm frightened, and I
had
don't
to
know what
run
to do.
to-
I'm confused, and I want to
We're
go
back.
home.
Had to run to a gasket place to get a new gasket because the factory one just not fitting. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna grease it, put this back in, and pray that it works. Because if not, if this doesn't go on, then we're gonna have to wind up going to the dealership and having to order one. Nope, it's not gonna work. That might work. That might work. I mean, I just did that hand tight. I mean, the only way we're gonna know later on is putting it on the car and getting it started. Okay, there's that one. All right, looks pretty good for the most part. Okay, so the battery in the camera, other camera, died once again. So got the dust boot on. Gonna get the lines on. These two lines, which are called pipes A and B according to the service manual, you torque them down to 150 inch-pounds. So I'm gonna get those tightened down and then we'll be back. Alrighty, we got the lines all on. I went ahead and got the return and the feed in. The return line, you're gonna torque to 21.4. Feed line, you're going to wind up torquing down to 27.3 foot-pounds. So they're already torqued up the way they should be. So in theory, we should be good to go. Hopefully this won't leak when we go to put it back in. If we go and it starts leaking, then we're gonna have to take it back out and order the correct seal for the valve body here. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead, clean up, call it a day. With that being said, TTFN, ta-ta for now.